1, 2, 3.
Hey everybody, thank you guys for coming back to Cooking with B, where we go from the closing table to the kitchen table / the kitchen island. So today we have a very special guest, which I told you guys we would be doing the very first episode. Promise it's not another family member. You don't have to see them anymore. But come on in. Yay! So this is one of my preferred lenders. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Michelle Westbrook here at Veterans Janet Home Loans in Killeen as a local lender who loves to cook.
Yay! Okay, awesome. So what are we making today?
Today we're making baked shrimp macaroni and cheese. It's one of my favorites because I think macaroni and cheese is just a staple for cooking a good southern meal, but it has a little twist to it to make sure that we accommodate for your pescatarian needs. It has shrimp in it, so it makes it just extra special.
Okay, I don't think I've ever had shrimp and mac and cheese, so this will be my first time.
It's not like blueberries and macaroni and cheese, whoever made that up.
Someone put blueberries in macaroni and cheese?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that. Okay, so let's get started. Awesome, so we're not starting at the kitchen island today. We're starting at the stove. What are we starting with?
So the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to be boiling some dry noodles. I like the Badia brand. Season your water with a little bit of chicken bouillon and add some avocado oil.
Okay, awesome. Last time when we saw me make some noodles, I definitely had a whole bunch of salt in there. So we learn something new every day. I'm going to try chicken bouillon now instead of adding all that salt. So it's not really boiling. Do you want me to still put it in there?
You can put it in there.
Okay, and we're doing the whole box?
The entire box.
Okay. Awesome. Great. Cool beans. Now, what's next?
The next thing that we're going to do is start with our shrimp.
Shrimp.
So to let the butter melt, I like to do it a little bit higher than normal, so medium high is what I would say.
Okay, cool. And that's just to let the butter melt.
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right. So it's all nicely melted, and then she put it on medium
high.
Medium high. Okay, so it's not on high anymore. Butter is nice and melted. Now what's next?
Now we're going to go ahead and add our shrimp.
Okay.
The entire bag of shrimp.
And then this is a pound of shrimp. So she sent over the recipe, a pound of shrimp / 16 ounces.
And add some salt.
Okay. See, real cooks don't use little measuring things for seasoning. I told y'all that. I don't know why. Whatever recipe you see that gives you like, oh, use half a cup of blah, 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 onion powder. Don't listen to it. Just don't. It's not going to taste good. So my first question for you is going to be related to, of course, loans. So what is one thing that you think is kind of takes people by surprise when they learn about it in the loan process?
I think the biggest thing that people have a misconception about or they're just not aware of is how far we go back. So we're looking at your life for like the past 2 years to make sure that your income is valid, your bank and asset information is valid. Anything that you've done in those last 2 years when it comes to building wealth or gaining interest, getting money, we're going to kind of look at those things.
Oh, okay. So they all up in your business.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Got it.
But for a good reason, though. We want to give you a home.
Period. Is there anything, for those 2 years, what are the requirements of like, we're going back 2 years, I need to see at least blah, 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 blah.
Need to see 2 years of rental history or living in a home. I need to be able to see your job history. So having long gaps or not working for a period of time is something that we're going to ask some questions about. Making sure if you're doing a VA loan, so military, we're going to make sure if you have childcare expenses. Those are kind of the things that we're going to really need to know up front to make sure that you qualify.
Okay, period. Got it. Cool beans. Now, so we saw that she lightly seasoned everything. You need a spatula.
Yes.
Okay, there. Here we go. So now, just moving it around.
Yeah, we're just going to make sure it's seared. We want to make sure it is cooked already. So we just want to make sure the flavors get in and the shrimp is actually seasoned and hot.
Okay, cool beans. So they're going back, they're all up in your business for the last 2 years. One thing I didn't realize, one thing that I learned was about closing costs. So what exactly are your closing costs?
So closing costs make up your escrow account, property taxes, insurance. It's going to ensure that you have money set aside to pay those things when they're due. Closing costs also is prepaid interest. So the time that you close, you actually go 30 days almost without having a mortgage payment, which is cool, or paying rent. So we're going to collect some of that interest up front. We also are going to be collecting your down payment or if you had origination costs. So anything tied to your loan is going to be classified as closing costs, and that is due at the end of the process.
Okay, cool beans. So VA, I know you don't have down payments, so that's why their closing costs look a lot lower. But when it comes to FHA and conventional, that closing cost is going to include their down payment.
Correct.
Okay, cool beans. Awesome. So now we're just letting this cook for a little bit, and then we will be right back. Okay, awesome. So while the camera was off, she was over here dropping gems on me. Because I've never made shrimp before. Now that, I think about it, I didn't. So firstly, she said, next time get raw shrimp instead of the cooked shrimp. I was definitely expecting it to kind of change the color. She was like, yeah, it's about done. I'm like, this looks like the same thing in the bag, but I got cooked shrimp. So go ahead, explain.
Yeah, so cooked shrimp, as you know, raw shrimp is going to be lighter, grayish color. As you cook it, it turns to a light pink color, and then the cooked shrimp, it just turns like a kind of opalette color where it starts to flare up. So that lets you know that it's cooked versus if you get raw shrimp. The great thing though, you always want to get your shrimp deveined because you don't want to be cutting and cleaning.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know deveined sounds nice, but no, that is shrimp poop, okay? So you're taking the shrimp poop out. Now, when I was looking at the recipe, it said get peeled, deveined, tail off. So I just grabbed the first one I saw, but the gray ones had all that stuff in it. So I was like, oh, okay, so get these. But next time, if I make this on my own, I will get the raw ones that are gray.
Correct.
And then when they're cooked, then they're pink.
Yes.
Because I definitely was looking like
they're not changing color.
They're not, nothing changed. It's just boiling now. But okay, cool.
So we're good with it. I'm going to turn that off.
Okay, and then these can sit a bit longer.
Yes.
It's still pretty good. All right, so what's the first step?
First, we're going to get some more butter.
Okay, butter. How much butter?
Just take a few scoops. Those are small scoops, though.
Yeah, I'm going to get a spoon. I'm sorry. I definitely had her struggling before, like this.
Yeah, we'll put one more in there.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a lot of them tiny scoops.
But then we're going to add some flour.
Okay. It's the fact that she's really eyeballing this for me.
So we're going to whisk this up.
Okay, I can do that part.
Okay.
What consistency are we going for here?
We just want it to kind of be a little smooth. You don't want to see too much clumps of butter. Okay. Now, flour's not smooth, but you definitely just want it to be a little not hard.
Okay. How can people prepare to before they even get pre-qualified? Because I know the first step for me is you have to be pre-qualified.
Correct.
So what is your recommended first step?
Yeah, so the first step is to apply. You cannot purchase a home until you know what your buying power is, and the only way to do that is going to be to apply. Secondly, you need to make sure that you have the right documentation. So having your bank statements, most recent bank statements for at least 60 days, having your pay stubs, your W-2s. If you're self-employed, you'll need 1099s. If you're military, you have award letters. So just having that documentation to show where you get all of your income from is essential.
Okay, cool. So documentation. We added our milk in, which you saw, but add that in there.
Yeah.
So documentation you would think is the biggest thing to prepare.
Correct.
Before you apply. Now, how do you know? Because applying, they have to pull your credit.
Yes.
So
each lender is a little bit different. One thing I love about us is we actually do soft pulls at first.
Okay.
So it doesn't affect your score, doesn't show that anyone else that you're shopping. You'll be able to get a pre-approval with a soft credit pull.
Oh, okay, cool, awesome. And then when is the hard credit pull?
Hard credit pull comes once you're under contract and we know you're moving forward.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, great. Now, I'm not sure what the next step is, but I feel like this should be open.
Yeah. We're going to put some Dijon mustard.
Okay. First of all, I didn't know that there was a difference between mustards. I've never liked mustard on like sandwiches or anything like that, but I know people use mustard in mac and cheese, and I've never had an issue with mac and cheese before. No. We went to Atlanta once, and we went somewhere, and the mac and cheese tasted like straight mustard. Like, it just tastes like straight mustard, and I don't like mustard. So that was not good for me. And then, this is not edible.
No, that's not. Okay. So you're going to just grade
That's what
keeps the wedge together.
Oh, this is like the cowbell thing.
Yeah.
All right. We only, a dollop of Dijon mustard.
Very little bit.
And then, what am I doing?
You're going to grade it.
Okay.
Grade it so you can't grade it anymore.
Oh, okay. Period. All right. Alright. So why did you choose this dish to make?
Because again, I think that macaroni and cheese is just a staple of Southern cooking.
So we put in mustard, cayenne, salt. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here.
There we go.
Alright, now we're just mixing all these together.
Technically, we need to now heat this up just a little bit.
Heat it up on
The pan. We need a little
bowl.
Yeah.
So pour it in here, and then it's gonna go back in here.
No.
Oh, okay.
We're just gonna put it in there.
You can scoop it. All right.
Like a little roux, like a cheese sauce roux.
Okay.
So
I don't know what a roux is.
Oh, okay. Well, a roux is the base of like most Southern stews. It's going to be some kind of oil, whether it be vegetable oil and butter, or butter and then flour. And that roux is like the base of etouffee, of gumbo.
Oh, you're from the South. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in San Diego, but my mom's from Mississippi.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was, we would need more milk, but this is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna add a little bit more.
Okay.
But we're gonna put it on the stove to heat it up when we add the milk.
Okay, so back to the stove. All right, so now added a bit more flour, like you said.
Yeah. As you cook, you realize like what consistency you like things. I love cheesy macaroni. Like it has to be cheese and macaroni, not macaroni and then the cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put a little bit extra because I want my cheese to go everywhere.
Period.
I want to
Okay.
taste it in every bite.
Awesome. And now we're adding some more of the milk.
Yes.
And she said we're going to see a change of consistency. We just want it to be a bit more creamier.
Yes.
Now, off camera, I was asking what brought her to Texas because I didn't know that she was from San Antonio. Or not, you said
San Diego.
San Diego. San Antonio's in Texas, San Diego, California. So, if you could repeat what you were saying to the people.
Yeah, so...
Oh, you want me to mix this?
Yes,
Okay.
please. In 2008, I moved here. I really had a call in my life to be able to do well, if you know me, you know that I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. So God shared with me that I needed to leave. There were so many things going on and I just was not listening, wasn't being obedient. So I came here to separate myself from everything, and literally he did just that. He separated me from everything and put me back together again as who you see today.
I love that. As y'all know, we love Jesus on this channel. If you don't love Jesus, side eye. But it's okay. It's not okay. But side eye. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. We're joking. Kind of, sort of. But, is this right?
Yeah,
okay.
We're good.
Okay, cool. So, I actually never knew that about Michelle. So, I think that is super cool.
That's good.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome sauce. So, added a bit more seasoning kind of off camera after she took a quick taste test. So, taste your stuff.
Yes.
If you don't like it, add more seasoning.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
what you did? Okay,
Absolutely.
so she just added the same seasonings.
Same seasonings, salt, pepper, add a little bit of garlic powder, and then paprika.
Okay, cool. Paprika.
Oh, cayenne pepper.
Oh, cayenne pepper. Okay, cool beans. All right, now what's next?
So we put the pasta in the bowl. We're going to spread our cheese mixture
Okay.
all over the pasta. See any clumps? You want to whisk them out?
Okay.
So that's just flour. We're going to add our cheese next.
Okay. We're adding the cheese now, and it's clean. And I'm just shredding it.
Correct. Just shred it all over.
Now, what is your favorite thing about the Lord? As you said, you are a believer in Jesus, which I love. So what is your favorite thing about the Lord?
I would say grace.
Grace.
Right? Just to know that I'm not perfect. He didn't ask me to be perfect, but yet I can be perfected in him. And being able to make a mistake and not thinking that because I accidentally make a mistake, and I don't believe in sins, you actively make mistakes, but if you make a mistake, that he is just to forgive me.
Period.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing about that is sometimes I know some people all the time like to believe that, all sins are accidents, but the ones that are not accidents, I know I've made a couple decisions where I fully knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
I fully knew it was wrong, and I was like, Lord, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I know this is wrong. I'm going to keep going anyway. And he still forgave me.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful for that. And he still doesn't hold that against me. He's like, as long as you're not going to do that again, we're good, Yeah. And even, there's definitely a difference between making a decision to sin and doing it by accident. So dealing with the consequences, that's one thing I don't think people realize.
No.
Is just because the Lord gave you doesn't mean you don't have to deal with the consequences of whatever the heck you just did.
Correct. And that's something that I always think about too, that it may not come right now. You don't realize that if you plant something now, you may reap it later. And so just because you got forgiven now doesn't mean that same thing is not going to come back later in a different form, just because of your inability to be obedient.
Yeah, I definitely have.
I think.
Can I just put that there?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can put any kind of bigger pieces that you can't chop up or shred. You can just put them in there. It'll just be more cheesy, and we'll mix it around.
Okay, cool.
And isn't that?
I'm like shredding in one spot.
Okay, we'll smooth it around.
Okay.
Do you have
another little spoon?
Yeah.
And then after this, we put the shrimp in.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. And then now
we're gonna put half of that.
Half of the bag
in here as well.
Now, one thing I don't think needs measurement is cheese.
Correct. You can never put too much cheese. Okay, good.
There we go.
We will still use that cheese. We're just going to use it later.
Okay. All right. Now, what are we doing?
So now we're going to put our shrimp in our macaroni mixture.
Okay, cool. And then are we going to mix this?
We're definitely going to mix it up.
Okay.
We want shrimp and cheese in every single bite.
Okay, cool. So now it's just going in the oven.
Going in the oven.
Okay, so we just put it into the oven, and how long are we?
We're going to keep it in for about 30 to 35 minutes. We want to make sure our cheese is melted very good all throughout. Then we're going to come back, add some more cheese, and then our plancos.
Okay.
And then we're going to put it in there on broil, just so it kind of toasts just a little bit.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we took it out of the oven. Now we're just sprinkling more cheese.
We're going to put some cheese in a bowl. So we're going to mix the parsley, the planko chips, and the cheese.
So we're mixing in cheese, breadcrumbs, and parsley.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then broil, right?
Correct. We're going to just broil a little bit so we can have...
On high?
High is good.
Okay. So broil at your own discretion. Don't burn your food. I'm here with a pro.
I hope I'm a pro.
Pro is better than me. Okay, cool.
Back in the oven.
And then should I put it on the second row?
Yes.
Okay. You learn new things all the time. I didn't know putting your stuff on the specific row did something. I thought it was to make room for more stuff.
No, the second row is going to cook it a little bit slower, not so fast. The top is going to heat really fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you in like 5 minutes. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it is the best part of this show, in my opinion, is the tasting. I know it is hot, so eat at your own discretion. Okay. I don't know. Waving is not going to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm just
Maybe
going
just put it on the plate, let it
sit
cool
for
just
a second,
bit.
and then we'll take it.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure if y'all can hear that crunch, but I want to touch that so bad. There we go. I need new ones of these, but okay, cool. Oh yeah, the steam just came out of that. I'm not putting any of this in my mouth at the moment. That is some serious steam. This looks delicious.
You don't have to hear me that much.
Okay, here?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I did not eat lunch or breakfast, at that matter of fact. So I've been waiting for... Oh, this is about to be so good. Do you think we should be...
Let's try.
Okay? Yes! I never pray over my food before I taste it. I feel so bad now. Lord, we thank you for this food. We're about to see if we say the word you threw out.
Amen.
This is right. This is legit. You just made us dinner. Oh my God. The crunch is the best part.
The crunch, the cheese.
The texture of
yes,
like
the noodles.
the what is the other word? Not texture, but like consistency is the word. Consistency of the cheese is amazing.
You know it's good when you start dancing, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Definitely still hot. Still hot, but this is good. Thank you so much for being on here with me.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I appreciate this. I told her this was supposed to be one of the first episodes. This is gonna be the 11th episode. This was supposed to be like episode 3. But the way I'm glad it turned out being now, because getting this situated definitely took some getting used to. But I texted her and the other, he'll be on here not next week, but the week after, I'm sure. And I'm sure both of them, I had to reschedule same day for both of you guys. Like literally same day. I'm like, so I am so sorry. We reschedule, and then I never gave them a date to reschedule and just started posting videos. I was like, crap. We're going to get there, I promise. So I'm super glad that we did. Yes. This was delicious.
Good.
And I'm sorry you cannot take any of it home. No. I was going to say yes, but they have you at home. You can go make this at home. Again, this is ours. I'm laying my claim on it. A little stingy, not too much of a good sharer, if I can be honest. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching Cooking with Fee. We'll be back here same time, same day, different recipe. I actually may be changing the day. So instead of Tuesdays, I think we may be doing Sundays.
Okay.
I feel like that's kind of better for people's schedule to watch. So see you same day, same time, different recipe next Sunday. Bye.
1,